Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with the R Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. I am back with another prophetic message. I just want to say, basically, if you're new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. And if you're returning, I just want to say welcome back as well. And I just basically want to let you guys know that this energy is happening. Either it's leading up to this energy, or it's happening now, or it could be happening for you within a few days to a couple of weeks is what I'm hearing. Anyway, so keep that in mind. Anyway, so with that being said, actually, one of these messages I actually recorded yesterday, but for some particular reason, I know exactly why now. Some particular reason, I had to delete the video and redo it over again today, which is fine because now I have another message that I received this morning too, so I can just basically put them both together. So real quick before I get in, I'm not going to make this too long because this battery is already like on 30 something percent. I just got in the house. So I am, I'm ready to wind it down. But anyway, I just basically want to let you guys know. Actually, I'm going to get into the prophetic message first, and then I'm going to tell you actually what happened to me today or whatever. I got an answer that I have been looking for like the last couple of weeks. And so anyway, excuse me if I appear to be a little relaxed. I actually went and got a massage today. I needed that. I was so overdue for that. And I'm going to tell you about that experience anyway. But let me get right into the message. So this message that I received yesterday, this was about, some of you are going to find yourself, not even, if you're someone who's around the age of, I'm hearing like 27 or 30. You might want to listen to this message because it could be happening to you or someone else around you, or somebody just within your energetic field or whatever the case may be, whether you're friends with them or not, or just somebody that, you associate yourself with. But anyway, so the message that I received was there are going to be two options to choose from, meaning like, they're going to be two options to choose from. And the reason why they're going to be two options, because it's going to be meant for you to see how you're going to actually handle a certain situation. So it's not only involving somebody else. Divine Spirit of Light has, sometimes a situation is not just about us, but sometimes it's about us and the people around us too. Like some way, somehow, some shape or form, somehow our situations somehow relate to someone else's, if that makes sense for you. And I say all that to say that it's going to be a choice. Some of you are going to have to choose to take the high road or take the low road. And I say this to say because it's going to be a situation of, you may start to, and I'm going to chalk this up as to a masculine energy, as well as a masculine energy, as well as most likely a male archetype as well too, if that kind of makes sense. Meaning it's going to be relating to, so in other words, if you're a female and you carry more of masculine energy within you, that message may possibly apply to you. But I know in a dream, I actually saw a male, and I'm just being divinely guided to let some of you guys know too that it could be it could be also a female as well. So just take it both ways. It could be applying to a female, it could be applying to a male archetype as well too. But anyway, some of you are going to have an option. You're going to have a option of how you're going to choose to handle the situation. Meaning like maybe your mate, your partner. I don't think it's someone that's married, but it could be, I'm not going to leave that off the table. So I'm here, it could be. But anyway, some of you guys are going to find yourself in a situation to where you're going to notice that the other person is maybe drinking a little bit more, and just drinking a little bit more. So what I want to tell you guys is, it's almost like they're being tested, but you're also being tested too. And I say that to say, the reason why I say that is because I saw two doors. Two doors was representing portals, meaning like you can go down this road and you can basically, it's all about how you handle the situation is what's important. It's all about, it's your intentions of the matter towards another person when you start to see them going through this, in other words. Or you can choose to take the high road, and it's almost like the high road is like making the option of kind of just going with the flow of what's being presented to you. And when I say go with the flow, you allowing to God to basically lead you and guide you. You know, it's a matter of almost like surrendering, like, God, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's taking place here. Could you please let me know what's going on? Or, as I said the first time around, the other option could be like, oh my God, like I can't, and I'm just using this as an example. Like I'm feeling some type of way about this person right now. And that the way you feel about a person is not necessarily coming from a good place. Let me say that. So remember, it's your intention. So when you see this person start to go through a situation of just drinking a little bit more than usual, again, you're gonna be tested. Not only you being tested, but they also being tested as well too. Like it's almost like to see to what extent are you gonna have, like, is your intentions gonna be good, or your intentions are gonna be unhealthy, or are you going to make unhealthy choices? So again, but also too, I want to keep in mind too, so even though this is a situation that some people are going to find themselves going through, I also saw it too. I saw it in two forms. Like the individual who's going through the energy, it's going to be a situation, thank you, Spirit. It's going to be a situation, I'm sorry, y'all, I just got a confirmation. It's going to be a situation of, it's going to be a confirmation of there's going to be a spirit kind of leading them, should I say. And the other thing is there's going to actually be a physical person, a physical archetype. I can't tell you whether it's male or female, but it's going to be, what I hear is more like a feminine energy. Okay, so it's more of a female energy, and I say energy, I mean not the female body like me in the female form, but the female energy, because remember, men have female energy in them as well as masculine energy. And for those of you who don't know, like women also have masculine energy within them as well too. So keep that in mind. But I also saw that this energy is basically going to be kind of fueling this person to drink more, should I say. Not only is the energy going to be persuading this individual to drink more, but in some situations, I'm sorry, y'all, my leg itching. In some situations, they're going to be an actual person encouraging this person to drink more, should I say. It's almost like they're feeding them let's just say that they're unhealthy. They're unhealthy. Why? Because their intentions aren't good. Because the way I saw was they was like, it's like they were slipping money into this person's pocket, like, yeah, go, go get some more alcohol or whatever. Keep drinking. So it's almost like this person is actually someone who is they're actually there to test you in a sense. And not only are they there to test you, but it's almost like they're testing you just because those are the orders from the higher up, should I say. But they're being tested in a situation because it's almost like, what I'm hearing is, are you going to do what other people want you to do, in other words? So if somebody say, yeah, keep drinking, you're going to keep drinking. So again, that's someone who is basically unhealthy, and they don't have your best intentions at heart. And because knowing what alcohol can do to you, as they say, it's the spirit drink, and I truly believe that. And it's no judgment to anyone, but once a spirit comes in and step in, sometimes people aren't even conscious of the things that they do outside of that. So when it says spirit, believe it. And sometimes your higher self will leave your body and allow a negative force to come into your body. And then that's how so many people end up finding themselves in situations where they don't understand and they don't realize what may have happened to them once they come to, like this, and people telling them, oh, this happened, that happened, this happened, because it's like your soul is leaving your body. I wasn't even meaning to get on this topic, but maybe I was meant to share this. Your soul is actually leaving your body, and another negative entity is stepping into your body. It's almost like your soul is like, no, I don't want no parts of this. And it's like that negative entity is like, yeah, go, drink, more, smoke. So you have to be mindful of that too. Be mindful of that. But anyway, I don't want to make that a long topic. So that was one message that I received. So be mindful of the people that you surround yourself around. If they're encouraging you to drink more, then, you should be questioning yourself. Do these people have my highest good at heart? That's most important. And then not only that, it's a matter of looking to see, are people encouraging you to drink? Because like I said, some are going to have the situation of people encouraging them to drink, and then another situation you're going to have is going to be an actual force that cannot be controlled. In other words, like it was meant to happen. And let me move on from that dream. So that was basically it, what I saw. And like I said, for the individual, let me just say, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you see them basically doing this, it's a matter of how you're going to act towards them. Are you going to start judging them? Are you going to be judgmental towards them? Are you going to start looking at them a certain type of way? Because you're being tested as well too. Are you going to start turning your nose up at them? Are you going to start feeling a certain type of way towards them? Are you going to start having hatred in your heart towards them because of what you see? So I'm just here just to share the message with you and to let you know the energies that are coming, because yes, it's coming and it is what it is. And just know that these situations are being divinely guided. So, and again, it's just everyone is just having to learn a soul lesson. I myself had to learn some lessons too. Yeah, so and I say that to say that everybody's situation is going to be different. We're all here learning soul lessons, so keep that in mind. We're soul having a human experience. So if that makes sense to you. Anyway, let me move on to the next dream. So the message I received this morning, I didn't like this one at all too. So it's actually perfect timing that these two messages are in the same video, because they almost seem like both of them were unhealthy messages. But some of you are going to find yourself dibbling dabbling onto the wrong side of the tracks. And I say all that to say, I saw some of you like, and even if it's not you, it could be somebody that's close to you, or it could be, could be people the same age. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Like it's just keep in mind, take it how it resonates, because what I'm getting is it's like somebody who's like somewhere around like they're 20, like 21, maybe 19. I mean, excuse me, like 20 or whatever the case may be. I don't know if I said 19, maybe I guess between like 19 or just early 20s. So keep that in mind. Yeah, keep that in mind. But anyway, so in this dream, I basically saw, this one wasn't too pleasing to me, because I woke up, I was like, what? But anyway, but I knew that situation didn't apply to me, because that's not. Anyway, as I said before, I know what, because like I said, I'm on this journey too. And, certain things, it's a matter of just knowing what applies and what doesn't apply. But basically the message is for the collective. And I say all that to say it's going to resonate with some, and for some, it's not going to resonate with. But I was meant to just give those messages, I guess, for those people who are listening to my channel, obviously in some way, shape or form, either it's a family member, someone that's close to you, or a friend, or, your spouse, or your man or your female friend, whatever the case may be. Take it how it resonates. But anyway, so I saw some people getting in a car and they was going to the wrong side of town. I'm not going to even say the wrong side of town. Let me not say that, because I don't want to come off as if I'm being judgmental. But they ended up on the side of town, let's just say, where there's a lot more unhealthy, maybe, activity taking place. Because what I saw was it was as if that these two individuals had gotten out of the car. Well, first of all, let me say this. They was in a car. They was already on that side of town. On the side of town, maybe that they're not normally on. That they're normally not used to being on that side of town. So once they arrived at that side of town, basically they came up to a stop sign. There was 3 other cars that was just kind of sitting in there, and I guess they got a little impatient, and that was letting me know that the energies, and I'm not saying it impatient because they were younger, but I just feel like the energy was someone, again, around 19, 20, 21, or whatever case may be. But anyway, so they end up driving around 2 other cars. Well, as they drove around, an individual looked at the person who was sitting at the stop sign, because they just paused and they was just sitting there waiting. And it was an Indian lady. So not Native American Indian, but Indian or whatever. And again, no judgment to anyone, but I say all that to say that the young kids couldn't figure out why I guess these cars were sitting at the stop sign and waiting to go, because I guess they got a little impatient. And I remind you, they didn't sit there for too long, but they decided to go around the other cars and then looked at the other cars because they were sitting still. But what they didn't know was they was in a situation to where once they got out of the car, they realized that there was a man who was also an Indian man who was standing there, but he was just, you know how somebody's standing there and they're kind of like this, just trying to, just standing there like, wait a minute, is it safe to go? Because that's what it was. It's like the man, thank you, Spirit. The man's wife was sitting there at the stop sign because he was checking out the environment to make sure it was good. I guess because these people who were sitting at the stop sign, they knew what to expect because this is the neighborhood that they stay in. And I say all that to say it's almost like this their routine. And the other individuals who came from the other side of town to come there, they didn't know what to expect. Well, they were in for a surprise. And I say all that to say because even though the man's wife and the other people were stopped at the stop sign, because it's almost like they had a routine that they do when they come into the neighborhood. The man was scoping out the scene, making sure it was good. But it was as if the way he was ducking and stuff, it was as if maybe like gunshots had kind of fired off or whatever the case may be, because he was just kind of pausing. He was squatting a little bit, not squatting, but, somebody bending down, like this. But basically, and he was telling like in a dream, he was telling myself and the other person, he was like, hide, hide, hide. So as if there was somebody who was just out and about, running the streets and, basically who controls the streets, should I say. And, they're not allowed to, not necessarily they're not allowed, but they have been basically, they've been restricted to kind of just being able to just go to their homes in peace and so on and so on. But anyway, so it was like 2 different times he had basically said hide, and it was as if we were kind of hiding like near a playground area, like underneath the slide or whatever, and then we kept finding ourselves just kind of moving. So, and then it switched scenes and we ended up into a house. So inside this house, it was like, I got the feeling like these individuals inside the house, they were gang members. And the reason why I say that is because they had guns laying around. So that was just letting me know, it's like the ducking and stuff that he was doing, it's because it was like gang activity in their neighborhood. So again, when I was looking around, I saw a long gun, just kind of, I saw a long gun just kind of sitting around the house or whatever. But I also noticed something too. So keep this in mind too. What I'm hearing is somebody that, I don't know who this individual is, but whoever you may be friends with, be mindful of that, because this other person I got, like they were used to that type of energy, should I say, or they're used to that type of environment. Sorry, y'all, my leg is itching. They're used to that type of environment, because the way I saw it in the dream was this individual made themselves at home as soon as they came in, even though it wasn't her house, but she made herself at home. She sat down, she made herself something to eat. She sat down and ate it, and she ate it with a knife and fork. So it's almost like having a, let me say this, because what I'm hearing is, it's almost like having a mindset of I'm a queen, but yes, I'm not in the right environment, is what I'm saying. Because it's like she had a knife and fork and she had a little saucer plate and she had some food on there, but she sprinkled and everything she was doing, it was so bougie like, should I say. But the way I received it when I woke up, it was like, even though she was being bougie, it's like she was considered bougetto, in other words, because it's like the environment didn't match up with, what she was. And I hear another notification. Thank you, Spirit. And it's like her environment was not matching up with who she was deep down inside, in other words. So in other words, it's like right person, wrong scene. In other words, it's like somebody showing up to Hollywood studio and you're playing a princess or you playing a queen, and then you end up in the scene of a rock movie, and that's not even where you're supposed to be at. In other words, you're supposed to be somewhere in the scene where the castle is what I'm saying. If that makes sense, I'm trying to put it to you so it makes sense to you. But anyway, so her other friend was not used to being in that environment, because one, she was on edge, and it was as if I was getting the feeling like she was a little on edge. She was ready to go. She felt uncomfortable, and she knew that this wasn't what she normally, she wasn't used to this. Let me say that. But not only that, but she felt uncomfortable. So because she felt uncomfortable, I noticed that the guys were kind of like, they kind of was picking with her just a little bit because she felt uncomfortable. And the reason why I say that is because it's almost like the guy was kind of like disrespecting her in a sense, like, well, why you feel uncomfortable, in a sense. He didn't say that, but it was kind of almost like that, because she felt uncomfortable and the other girl felt right at home, doing what she does there. And I kind of got a feeling like she didn't live there, but she just felt that comfortable, with just fixing herself something to eat, sitting down at the table, getting a knife and a fork or whatever, whereas the other girl felt uncomfortable. But anyway, so the guy went to this certain extent of like, and I can tell that he didn't have a respect for women. And I say that to say, it's like they have respect for the one who was Bougetto, if that makes sense. They had respect for her, but they didn't have respect for the other woman who felt out of place there, because it's like he had a small little cigar that was probably about this size. Probably, oh God. He had a little cigar that was like probably about this size that was left, and I saw him, it's like he took the cigar and he took and went like this, and kind of like as if he was insinuated dropping ashes over top of her head. That's a sign right there alone is like disrespectful. But yeah, so I didn't see any ashes falling, but just because he made that gesture, it said a lot. But anyway, so, and then there was another guy also, but he was kind of wearing like a vest in a sense. And the vest was almost like, how those police wear the vests that has like the camera on it, but just imagine there's not a camera there. But it kind of almost looked like a little booster seat that was attached to him. It was weird. But anyway, but what he was saying was a situation of, what he was saying was he was explaining to the other girl, who I think the other girl, basically why he was wearing it. And he was basically saying in so many words that the vest was for the ladies or something. I guess the vest was for the different positions that he likes to put the ladies in, should I say. And when I heard him saying that, it was all, and it's no judgment. It was, again, me realizing that he had no respect for women. And basically at that point, that was the end of the message, because I woke up at that point. So I can't really say what the outcome is going to be or what's going to happen. But at that moment in time, I guess once you make it back to the other side of the tracks, you're going to decide whether you want to revisit that energy again or not. Yes, because some of you guys are being tested, and some of you might be divinely guided to be pushed over to that side purposefully. And the reason why I say that is because I guess what I'm hearing is some people have been bougie. Some people have been bougetto. I'm sorry, I'm not judging. Some people have been bougetto, if I could put it to you like that. But they've been having a mentality of, I'm bougetto, but yet my body is still I'm bougetto, but I don't, God, help me here. I'm bougetto, but I'm still, well, I don't want to say it's still driving a Pinto, because that doesn't matter. I'm bougetto, but help me out here, Lord. Oh, forgive me, y'all. That massage just really relaxed me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus here. Oh, thank you, Spirit. I'm bougetto, but I'm in a landfill. If that's what makes sense. That's what I'm hearing. I'm bougetto, but yet I'm being bougie in a landfill. Where all the trash goes. And again, I'm not calling anyone trash. I'm just giving you an example. So yes, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So just be mindful of that. And just be mindful. Just try not to be so quick to react or to make a decision or to do something, because sometimes, just like when those 3 cars that was at the stop sign, when those 3 people stopped and that car went around, you never know what a person might be doing because they see something that you don't see because they're up ahead. So with those individuals being at the way back of the line, the 4th car, you don't know what those people was having to experience up there. So that's why it's so important to not to be quick to react is what I'm hearing. So just be mindful and just act from a place of thinking before you react is what I'm hearing. So real quick, I just want to tell you guys, lately I've been asking God, when I did that message on other people have been benefiting off of other people, and I mean like benefiting like however they was doing it. Basically, I kept asking God. I was like, God, please, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, help me to understand. Like, I was really feeling some type of way about that. And it wasn't sitting right with my spirit, because I was like, once I heard the message, it didn't really dawn on me once I did the video on the message, but it just kept bothering me. And then at some point I just kind of let it go or whatever. I said, if it's meant to be, God will reveal it or whatever. But I guess it was a matter of me letting go and not being so attached to him giving me the outcome. And the moment that I let it go, he gave me that outcome. So today I'm gonna make it short and quick. I went and got a massage, right? I didn't go to the girl that I normally go to, who I've been dealing with for the last couple of years or whatever the case may be. I try to stick to the same person. Well, I've been noticing lately, I've been divinely guided to try someone new. Even when I took my kids to the dentist too, before they went to the dentist, I actually went to the dentist and I switched, dentist or whatever. So again, that was divine spirit of light saying try something new. So with all that being said, I went and got a massage. And for whatever reason, only God knows. I only know, again, what he shows me, or tells me. And other than that, I don't know anything else outside of that, because sometimes he has a higher purpose. Sometimes we don't understand or we don't know why, but only he knows. But in the end, life fits together like a puzzle piece. And it was like, oh, okay, that's why he did this. But anyway, with all that being said, I went and got a massage today. I didn't go, and it was a last minute decision. I called this morning because I needed to go, and it's been crossing my mind for the last couple of weeks. And I know I needed to go because I do so much walking and I be doing yoga, and sometimes those muscles just need to relax and so on and so on. So I absolutely had to go make an appointment today. Well, I called him as soon as they opened and I scheduled an appointment. He asked me if I wanted to come with the same person that I normally come with, and I actually said no, because I thought normally she doesn't work on Friday, but I guess she must have changed her schedule because they moved into a bigger building within the same place or within the same shopping center, but they moved into a bigger building. So anyway, I told him no. I said, I'm going to try someone else. So I asked him, who are the other people that you have, that gives massages or whatever. And then so he told me, and he said the people's names, and I said, okay. Well, I said, well, didn't I have this other person before too? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, so I'm going to go with the person who I have not had before, because I felt like that's what I was being divinely guided to do. So I went to this lady, and again, remember, I've been asking God to show me how is that people have been benefiting off of other people. Well, he gave me a revelation today. So once I did what I needed to do and then got on the table, whatever the case may be, and, she basically, she started the massage or whatever the case may be. And then, because normally the other girl would ask if there are any areas that needs more targeting or whatever. So, I talked to her, whatever the case may be. And need I remind you, she was like, okay. So she started doing a massage. And then I started to notice, now for you guys who don't know, I am a Reiki practitioner. I'm a Reiki teacher as well too. So therefore I carry the Reiki energy. So I say all that, and I say that from a humble place, but I say all that to say sometimes my presence just in other people's presence, sometimes that can one with me being a Hayoka empath, I can tend to, hold on y'all. Okay. I can tend to trigger people, whatever the case may be. That's not me doing this. It's just energetically, that's just what happens, but it just depends. It's almost like I mirror people's behavior back to them in a sense, and without me even realize that that's what I do, but I'm just letting you know. But anyway, so she started the whole massage thing, and then she started off just getting in the kinks, and just getting in there, and so on and so on. But then I started to realize her energy started to shift, and that was just God, just like, pay attention. Like, I felt like she was kind of falling asleep, because at first I was like, well, wait a minute. It's like, is she like, how can I say? It's almost like, was the Reiki energy putting her to sleep or causing her to relax a little bit, is what I started to question myself. But then Divine Spirit of Light was showing me so many different things at one time. And then it's like he was showing me that, he was showing me that in the middle of the massages, where I thought she was kind of dozing off to sleep at first, and I just heard my phone again, so thank you, Spirit, for confirming that. She was kind of dozing. I felt like she was dozing off, and I was like, well, why is she slowing up? And then all of a sudden it started to come to me, and Divine Spirit Light was showing me like she was okay, let me say this. Thank you, Spirit. People's intention. I know I've done a video on that, talking about other people's intention. Sometimes people's intentions aren't right, and this is just stuff that was generational stuff that was learned, behaviors, habits, patterns that was passed from one generation to the next. People taught their kids how to do this and that. Well, sometimes when people teach their kids how to do certain things, one thing I understand is Divine Spirit of Light is trying to get people out of that habit. Not a matter of getting, like, it's almost like, I'm sorry, that shit isn't gonna work anymore, because people have been manipulating people. In other words, it's like secretly, is what I'm hearing, is like secretly manifesting off of a person without them even knowing it, should I say? Because I know I said before that sometimes people know who you are before we even know who we are, because there was a point in time I really didn't know who I was. And now that I understand, it's almost like being asleep or being unconscious. But now that thank you, Spirit, again. But now that I understand that, it's like, I had to empower myself in a sense, because I realized that this is almost like it should I say, it was a dog eat, world out here, where people spiritually, I didn't know how things work behind the scenes spiritually, should I say. So let me just say that God took me on a journey within the last 3 years, and he showed me a lot. And he showed me a lot. He showed me a lot. He showed me a lot. And I say all that to say, because I was one of those Christians who read the Bible like daily or whatever the case may be. In 2018, God literally had me push the Bible to the side. Now, I'm not saying that I don't reference little scriptures here and there. I do, but you won't necessarily hear me, reading the whole thing, because there's some stuff behind that as well too. But anyway, I just try to stick to what I feel like comes up in my, what I feel like the message that Divine Spirit of Light is giving me in the process, whether it's a scripture or whatever, or a scripture that I remember that he's phrasing in my head. Anyway, so I say all that to say that she started slowing down with, doing a deep tissue massage. And then she started making this noise, and I was like, he was just bringing it to my attention. So basically in the process, I realized what she was doing is like she was manifesting off my energy, should I say. And I know that sounds very crazy, but I'm so serious. That's why it was so important for you guys to protect yourself spiritually. Like when people was crossing boundaries and doing all that other stuff, that's why it was so important for you guys to, stay prayed up and cover yourself and so on, and protect your aura and all that other stuff, because that stuff was happening. And then in the process, she slowed up, and then it was just how it was her movement. It was her movement. God was just showing me everything. It was her movement. It was her grunt. It was like, I was like, okay. But, I didn't react. I didn't panic, because, maybe before, I probably would have reacted in a sense, and I probably would have said something in a way that, that I would put somebody on blast. But I knew, but here's what I did once I realized what she was doing, trying to do. Let me say that, because basically I knew that I was prayed up, and I knew that I'm divinely protected, and I knew that, whatever it was she was trying, it wasn't going to work, period. So I say all that to say, I felt like she was really trying hard. Not only was she trying hard, but yeah, let me just say she was really trying hard. Yeah, she was really trying hard. Let me just say that. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But anyway, and I say that in the most humbling way. But anyway, so it got to a point I was just bringing to her attention to let her know that I wasn't asleep. I was wide awake, and I basically told her, I said, I can't tell if you're falling asleep. What did I say? I'm sorry. I told her, I told her, I can't tell if I'm putting you to sleep or you supposed to be putting me to sleep, because I think she thought I was asleep and I wasn't asleep because I was paying attention to everything. But anyway, but she just seemed like she was working really over hard in overdrive, should I say, where she started out very, deep into the tissue, and then it slacked up, and and then it was like a matter of, it was almost like I felt her energy become upset because she couldn't get what she wanted, or it wasn't because her energy, I felt like her energy, because I could feel it now with her giving a massage. And I said to myself, I was like, damn, I said, did I do something to her in a past life? Because sometimes people that we cross paths with, we never know, what type of past life experience that we might have had with that individual, because there have been situations where, in a past life, somebody may have knocked somebody else off, but yet they might be friends to this day, or, you know what I mean? Or could be a boss today. That's just how it works. It's really weird, but when you think about it, it's just like, wow. But, and I say, wow, like, really? But because these are things that we don't remember or whatever. So the next time you feel like you want to catch a grudge with somebody, or somebody has a grudge with you, maybe you probably need to ask yourself, like, what did I do to this person in the past life? Because in the past life, the roles could have been reversed. Maybe you might have done something to them, or they may have done something to you, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, so with all that being said, yeah, so after I said what I said to her, it was almost like it kind of aggravated her. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me hurry up. So it almost like it aggravated her to the point that, she really was like, like, yeah, take that, But anyway, so with all that being said, I'm just going to pull this one quick deck because this battery is really, really low, and hopefully it won't cut off. But anyway, have my back, Divine Spirit Light. What message do you want to get a collector? So I'm going to hurry up and end it here, y'all. That is a pure white light and pure unconditional love only. What message do you want to give to the collector for these two messages that I just gave today? One for the person with alcohol, and the other people ended up on the other side of town. Oh, God. This bottom of this deck says guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Set your mind on higher things, y'all. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change any outcome, and that it does not. You do it for nothing, and you stress yourself out for nothing. So please don't worry. And then honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So keep in mind, because I told you the other girl seemed like she was used to that environment, but the other girl seemed like she was uncomfortable in the environment. But not only that, the other individual is trying to feed the other person, not feed the other person, but encouraging them to drink more alcohol. And then fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to life and the energies of love. So you're being tested, guys. Keep that in mind too. And the reason why I say that is because, remember, it's going to be a choice that you're going to have to make, and how you're going to feel about the other individual who you see going through a situation. Again, they're not only being tested, but you also being tested as well too. So keep that in mind. And I find it funny that most of these cards have a lot of purple in it. So it lets me know. And what I'm hearing is this situation is being divinely guided. Okay, so keep that in mind. And remember, worrying doesn't change anything, because it doesn't. If I can spare you at least from worrying, please don't worry. Because if you just trust and call on God, just know that God will provide your every need. He may not answer you today or tomorrow, but he will show up. As I just said before, you heard me say I kept asking how was it that other people were able to benefit off of other people, and he gave me an answer. And this is almost like 2 weeks later that I've been asking. So anyway, guys, with all that being said, I hope that information was helpful. I wish you all much love and much light, and I say namaste until the next time. Stay blessed. Bye.